You can walk into a gun shop right now and walk out with a rifle that fought in a real war for less money than a used iPhone. These guns armed millions of soldiers across 2 world wars, and dealers still have piles of them sitting in the back, collecting dust. Today, I'm ranking 10 of the best cheap surplus rifles you can actually buy, from good to absolutely legendary. Stick around, because number 1 has a story that most gun shops won't even tell you. Let's start with the king. The M1 Garand was America's main rifle in World War II and Korea. General Patton called it the greatest battle implement ever devised, and he wasn't exaggerating. It shoots the Tarntry 06 round, a big, hard-hitting cartridge. It's semi-automatic, which means it fires 1 shot every time you pull the trigger. No manual bolt work needed. It holds 8 rounds in a metal clip that you load straight into the gun. Recoil is stout but manageable, and accuracy is excellent for a battle rifle. Reliability is legendary. The one quirk everybody talks about is the ping sound the clip makes when it's empty. Back in the war, that ping could tell an enemy your gun was empty. Kind of a design flaw, but it's part of the charm now. Price-wise, this is the one exception on our list. Real Garands aren't cheap anymore, usually running $1,200 to $2,000, depending on condition and who made it. They're not exactly dirt cheap, but I had to include it because it's the gateway gun that gets people into this hobby. Ammo is available, but pricier than most surplus calibers. Beginner tip: most videos skip. Check the stock for cracks near the wrist, right behind the trigger. That's the weak point on these old wood stocks, and a hairline crack there can turn into a big repair bill. Verdict: best for collectors and history lovers who want the real deal, not the cheapest option on this list. Next up, the Swiss K31. This is the rifle Switzerland trusted to defend a country that stayed neutral through 2 world wars. That should tell you something about how well made it is. It's a straight pull bolt action, which means you don't twist the bolt, you just pull it straight back and push it forward. That makes it faster to shoot than a normal bolt gun. It's chambered in 7.5 by 55 Swiss, and it holds 6 rounds in an internal magazine. Recoil is light and pleasant, and accuracy is some of the best you'll find in any surplus rifle. Swiss craftsmanship really shows here. The downside is fit and finish varies a lot, bolt to bolt. So if you ever swap parts between 2 K31s, you may need a gunsmith to fit the bolt properly. Price usually falls between $400 and $700. They're getting harder to find in top condition, since Switzerland doesn't export many anymore. Ammo is the real catch. 7.5 x 55 Swiss is not common at your average store, and you'll likely be ordering it online or reloading your own. Watch out tip: always check that the stock, bolt, and magazine numbers match on paper before you buy. Mismatched serials usually mean lower value. Best for shooters who care about accuracy and don't mind ordering ammo online. The Lee-Enfield was Britain's rifle for 2 world wars, and it's famous for one thing: speed. Trained soldiers could fire it so fast that German troops sometimes thought they were facing machine guns. It shoots Voltrix 3003 British and uses a 10-round box magazine, double what most other bolt guns of that era carried. The bolt has a smooth, rear-locking design that lets you cycle it incredibly fast without taking your eye off the sights. Recoil is moderate, accuracy is solid, and reliability is outstanding. These things run in mud, sand, and cold without complaint. The downside is the trigger. Lee-Enfield triggers are famous for being mushy and vague compared to a Mauser or a Garand. Prices usually land between $400 and $600, though clean examples are getting scarcer every year. Ammo can be tricky. Thought 303 British isn't always on the shelf, but it's widely available online. Beginner mistake to avoid: don't force the bolt if it feels stuck. Enfields have a rear-locking bolt that behaves differently from a Mauser, and forcing it can bend parts. Learn the correct motion before you start cycling it fast. Great all-around choice for beginners who want fast follow-up shots and battlefield history. The Mosin Nagant is probably the most famous cheap surplus rifle out there. Russia adopted it in 1891, and it stayed in service for over 60 years, all the way through World War II. It shoots the powerful 7.62 Ga54R round, and holds 5 rounds in a fixed magazine loaded with a stripper clip. The bolt action is rough and heavy compared to Western rifles, but it just does not quit, no matter how much mud, cold, or neglect you throw at it. Recoil is noticeably stronger than a Garand or Enfield, so it's not the gentlest rifle for a first-timer. Accuracy is decent, but not amazing out of the box. Reliability, though, is basically unbeatable. This is one of the cheapest rifles on the whole list. Prices run anywhere from $150 to $350, and they are everywhere. You'll find these in almost every gun shop that carries surplus. Ammo is cheap and easy to find too, which makes this rifle great for beginners who want to shoot a lot without spending a fortune. Maintenance tip most people skip. The stock often has a layer of thick, old cosmoline grease packed inside. Take it apart and clean it out before your first range trip, or that grease will gum up your action and mess with your accuracy. Best budget pick and best for total beginners who want history without breaking the bank. If the Mosin is the toughest rifle on this list, the Swedish Mauser M96 might be the smoothest. Sweden built these under license from Mauser, but held their manufacturing to an incredibly high standard, and shooters still notice it today. It's chambered in 6.5 x 55 Swedish, a caliber known for being accurate and easy on the shoulder. It holds 5 rounds in an internal box magazine. The bolt action is famously silky smooth. Many collectors say it's the nicest feeling bolt of any surplus rifle. Recoil is mild for the caliber, and accuracy is genuinely excellent. These were built for precision. Reliability is rock solid too. The catch is length. At almost 50 inches long, this is a big rifle, which makes it a little clunky if you're used to shorter carbines. Prices usually run $500 to $900, since quality examples are becoming harder to find as collectors snap them up. Ammo is a mixed bag. 6.5 I-55 is available, but not something you'll find at every corner store, so plan to order some online. Best for shooters who want serious accuracy and don't mind hunting down ammo. The Carcano gets a bad reputation, and honestly, some of it is fair. This Italian bolt action was updated in 1938 to simplify production for World War II, but a few of those changes hurt performance. It uses a 6-round en-bloc clip, similar to the Garand system, loaded into a fixed magazine. Most of these were chambered in 7.35 x 51mm, though ammo shortages meant a lot of rifles ended up staying in the older 6.5mm caliber instead, so you need to check carefully which one you're buying. Recoil is light, but accuracy takes a hit here. Italy simplified the rear sight to a fixed setting instead of an adjustable one, which really limits how well you can aim at different distances. Build quality is also considered rougher than a Mauser or Enfield. The upside is price. Carcanos are usually the cheapest rifle you'll find, often $200 to $300. They're easy to find too. The downside is ammo. Both 7.35mm and 6.5mm Carcano rounds are hard to find and often expensive when you do track them down. Big warning, most videos don't mention. Always confirm the caliber stamped on the barrel before buying ammo. Loading the wrong Carcano round into the wrong rifle is a real safety risk, so double check with a gunsmith if you're not sure. Skip this one unless you're a collector who wants a piece of JFK-era history, not a shooter looking for a fun range gun. The M24-47 is basically Yugoslavia's answer to let's use up everything we've got. After World War II, Yugoslavia combined leftover Mauser parts from different factories into one standardized rifle, and the result is a surprisingly solid gun. It's chambered in 8x57mm Mauser and holds 5 rounds in an internal box magazine. It uses the classic Mauser 98 action, known worldwide for being strong and safe. Recoil is moderate to stout, since 8mm Mauser is a full power round. Accuracy and reliability are both very good. This is a proper Mauser action after all, just built from a mixed bag of parts. Fit and finish can look a little rougher than a German-made Mauser, since these are often refurbished. Prices are very friendly, usually $300 to $450. They're one of the easier surplus Mausers to find in good shooting condition. Ammo is decent too. 8mm Mauser is fairly common in the surplus ammo world. Tip that gets skipped a lot. Many of these come coated in thick cosmoline for storage. Budget time for a full strip down and clean before you ever pull the trigger, or you'll be fighting a sticky, gummed up action. Best value pick if you want a full power Mauser without full power prices. The VZ24 might be the best built Mauser on this entire list. and a lot of collectors will back me up on that. Czechoslovakia started making these in 1924, based on the German Gewehr 98, but shortened and refined for easier handling. It's chambered in 8x57mm Mauser, same as the Yugo we just talked about, and holds 5 rounds internally. It uses that same trusted Mauser 98 bolt action, known for its claw extractor that grips the cartridge hard and feeds reliably every time. Recoil is similar to the Yugo Mauser, moderate but manageable. Where the Vz24 really shines is machining quality. These were built to tight tolerances and exported all over the world because of their reputation for precision. Reliability is outstanding. Prices typically run $350 to $600, depending on condition and where it was made, since some were later produced under German control during the war, which changes collector value. Ammo, like the Yugo, is 8mm Mauser, so it's reasonably easy to find. Watch out tip. Rifles made after the German occupation of 1939 often have different markings and lower collector value than pre-war examples. If collector value matters to you, ask about the manufacture date before buying. Best all-around Mauser on this list. Great mix of quality, price, and history. Now we're getting into the big leagues. The SKS Type 56 might be the most popular semi-automatic surplus rifle in America, and for good reason. China started building these in 1956 based on the Soviet SKS design. It shoots 7.62 by 39mm, the same round used in the AK-47, and holds 10 rounds in a fixed magazine that you load with a stripper clip or a hinged mag door. One cool feature is the folding spike bayonet built right onto the barrel. Recoil is light and easy to handle, even for smaller shooters. Reliability is fantastic. The gas piston system just keeps running. Accuracy is good enough for casual shooting, and even some hunting. The downside is that these are semi-automatic, which means some states have extra rules or restrictions on certain features. So always check your local laws before buying. Prices run from $350 to $600, depending on where it was made and condition. They're still fairly easy to find, since millions were produced. Ammo is the big win here. 7.62x39 is cheap and everywhere, since it's the same round as the AK platform, beginner mistake to avoid. Don't buy one with a rusty or pitted bore, just because the price is low. A worn-out barrel kills accuracy, and it's an easy thing new buyers overlook when they're excited about the price tag. Best for beginners who want a fun, reliable, easy-shooting rifle with cheap ammo. And here's number 1, the rifle with maybe the wildest story on this whole list. The Spanish M1916 Mauser was built to replace Spain's older, longer M1893 rifle with something shorter and handier for both foot soldiers and cavalry. It's chambered in 7x57mm Mauser, a smooth-shooting, accurate round loved by hunters even today, and it holds 5 rounds internally. It uses the same trusted Mauser 93-98 style action as the rest of our Mauser family tonight. Recoil is mild, accuracy is very good, and reliability is what you'd expect from a Mauser. Excellent. Here's the wild part, most dealers won't tell you. This rifle fought through the brutal Spanish Civil War, used by both sides of that conflict. And later, many of these were rebarreled to 7.62x51 NATO, the same round used in modern rifles today, which actually makes ammo easier to find than you'd expect. Prices are shockingly low, usually $250 to $400. They're still fairly available too, since so many were produced and later imported. Ammo depends on which version you get. The rebarreled NATO versions are easy to feed, while the original 7x5e7 versions need you to order online. Tip nobody else mentions: always ask the dealer if the rifle was rebarreled. It's stamped on the barrel, but new buyers often miss it and end up buying the wrong ammo the first time. Best overall pick on this list. Real history, good accuracy, easy ammo if you get the NATO version, and a price that's hard to beat. So there you have it, 10 surplus rifles that won't break the bank. If you're brand new to this hobby and just want something cheap, reliable, and fun to shoot, grab a Mosin Nagant or an SKS. If you want the smoothest bolt action money can buy, go Swedish Mauser. And if you want the best mix of history, accuracy, and value, the Spanish M1916 is hard to beat. Before you buy anything, always check the bore, check the stock for cracks, and ask about matching serial numbers. That one habit will save you from a bad purchase every single time. Let me know in the comments which rifle you already own, or which one you're planning to add to your collection next. If this video helped you out, smash that like button, subscribe for more surplus rifle breakdowns, and I'll see you in the next one.